And I ended up, through chance, opening a lingerie shop in the suburb of Dublin in Ireland, where I'm from.
Oh.
And I knew nothing about
going from corporate to lingerie. Like, I would love to hear how that happened.
Well, yeah, it was kind of interesting actually, because my last corporate role, I was head of the online channel for a telecoms provider, and I had 25 people on my team, and I had a lot of women, and I'd had a few women who'd had babies. Now, at this point, I had had no children, but I remember how difficult it was for them to find a decent maternity bra. And I remember how uncomfortable they were, right? So what happened was, I was up buying a pair of shoes about 2 weeks after I left my corporate role, with a wad of money sitting in my bank that I didn't know what to do with, but I knew I wanted to do business. And the lady who ran the shoe shop is a lawyer. And I'm like, so how did you go from being a lawyer to being like a shoe shop owner? So we started the whole conversation about changing careers and everything. And I was saying to her, listen, I want to do something. I don't know what I want to do. And she suggested the lingerie shop. She was like, this area of Dublin is very affluent, and there's a lot of money in it, basically. And she was like, there's an awful lot of yummy mummies around here that need decent bras. And then I thought back to my team in Vodafone, and I was like, aha, light bulb. So I actually did a questionnaire on the streets with 120 women. And I asked them, do you want a lingerie shop in Ranelagh? And 85% of them said yes. So this was in 2010 now at this point. So I went to one of the Irish banks, which at that point in time was about to go under. And with my 25 page business plan, and asked them to 50% fund the lingerie shop. And they did. So, and I wasn't even a customer of theirs, actually. And I opened it right next door to them. And the shop was called Cupcakes Lingerie, and it was bright pink as well, right inside the bank. I had all these pregnant mannequins in the window. So I specialized in maternity and nursing, and I taught myself the industry. So for those women listening who maybe are scared or don't feel that they can retrain, or that they don't know enough about an area, listen, you can learn it. It's just like anything else, you know, you can teach yourself anything. So I taught myself the industry, and I also taught myself how to fit properly, bra fitting, because that's very important. I think 80% of us are wearing the wrong bra size. So it's good to know how to fit properly. And I was successful from like first year in operation, we made money. And it was because I had targeted correctly. So what happened was, I started having breast cancer patients, and I say patients as opposed to survivors, because a lot of them were literally just after their operations, coming into me, and they started asking me for comfortable, feminine, supportive bras, basically. And I was really surprised. Now, I didn't stock mastectomy, but I was really surprised that they didn't exist. So I was kind of like, okay, let me have a look into what's out there. And I was thinking of stocking them. And then what happened was, I discovered that my two main competitors, actually my three main competitors, two German companies and one Irish company, they're all prosthetic makers. So they make the breast forms. They're engineers, basically.
Right.
And they were making the bras as scaffolding for their breast forms. So the woman was not really entering into the equation. And actually, I also need to say they were all being designed by men at this time. Mm-hmm. So what I saw were incredibly bulky, uncomfortable bras made from synthetic materials. None of them were made from natural materials. So bulky that some of them had big Velcro straps. Like, you couldn't go out in public wearing one of them. You'd look like the Hulk.